What's going on, everybody? My name is Kelvin, so you know what time it is. It's time for the dehumanization process. And today, I really want to talk about, I've talked about stereotypes before, but this is like a stereotype on, like, very specific subject. And I just think that it's bullshit that people get the reputations that they do for the job that they do, you know? I mean, now it probably seems like you know where I'm going, but I mean, it's the truth, you know? The things that they do, people automatically assume that they're a certain way, you know? And first thing I'm going to touch on is strippers, you know? Okay. Strippers have this reputation of being whores, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that that's bullshit, because what's wrong with a female doing what they have to do to get by? And people are going to look at me like, you're fucking stupid, you're saying that because you're a guy. No, I'm saying that because it's the truth. People look at strippers and they're like, they're getting the easy way out. They're just shaking their ass and they're getting paid for it. But you don't know what they have to go through during their like time that they're not in the club. You know, they have to stay in shape. They have to eat right to maintain their appearance. You know, there's so many things that strippers have to do. And then on top of that, you know, they could be a parent, you know, they could be having to take care of their kids, you know, they could be doing all kinds of shit, you know, and on top of dealing with the things they deal with, yeah, I'm a stripper, and society is like, man, that's bad, strippers are whores, you know. On top of that, they have to deal with the fact of people who are like, man, I'm a stripper, and they think that I'm a slut, you know, and I just think that that's fucked up that people do that, you know, because I won't judge anybody. I said this in an earlier show, you know, I do not judge anybody for doing what they have to do to make money, you know, because especially in this day and age, the economy is fucked, and people need money to do anything, you know. Gas is sky high, gas is breaking records, you know. When a female is shaking their ass on stage, make money, get tips, I mean, how many people really, you know, are comfortable enough with themselves to do that? I just think that people need to lay off them. I think people need to just leave them alone. Don't really worry about that shit, you know what I'm saying? And on top of the whole stripper thing, I'm also gonna talk about drug dealers, you know? And yes, they get the same thing, and I'm not condoning it, I don't agree with it. That's not my thing, you know? But times are hard, you know? Gas is fucking here. Some people are like, wow, that's low, but here it's like $3.20 something a gallon, you know. That's ridiculous for gas, because gas is a necessity, you know. Government over here making so much money. Exxon, end of the year, profits in the billions, you know what I'm saying? That's profit. That's after they paid their bills, you know. Profit. $1 million, $1 billion, it makes no sense. And if a drug dealer has to go out there and sell what he sells to make the money that he needs to make, you don't know his situation. And I mean, it's not like he's going out here making people buy it, you know what I'm saying? People want it, so therefore he's supply and demand. He is just providing a service, you know, for the public, you know. And see, the fucked up thing about that is most of the drugs that are here are controlled by the government anyway. They know it's here, and now all of a sudden they're trying to have this big issue of controlling it, you know. Oh, we gotta get drugs out of our streets, we gotta get drugs, you know, they're bad, we gotta get rid of them. But you know, the thing is, they're making their money off of it, and the only reason it's issued now is because it's getting in their neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Their kids, you know, it can't be in my neighborhood. That's when it's wrong, you know. But I remember a few things that happened back in the late 60s, early 70s of trying to shut up a certain activist group, you know. So they gave them cocaine and they gave them weed, you know. And I just think it's kind of shitty that, like, they gave it to him then to shut him up, to get him, like, get out of the picture. And they took it, and they went away, you know? They disappeared and they went away. But now, and they didn't have a problem with it, but now that it's in their neighborhoods, you know, these government officials, you know, these hiring, when it's in their backyard, when it's getting too close for them, too close for comfort, it's an issue, you know. But the thing is, they're getting their money off of it. So, I mean, it's not that big of an issue. They want people to think that it's an issue, but really, they just want to get it from being around here, you know. Don't let it affect my children, because those are my children, but it can affect some other kid. It's, you know, if it doesn't affect them, they don't give a damn, and it's getting money in their pocket. How do you think so much drugs get in the country anyway? They allow it. What they do, what does the government do? Blind eye to the situation, you know. It's here, so therefore, what's a drug dealer gonna do? Here's a scenario, simple scenario. He has a kid, has a family, you know what I'm saying? Has to take care of their family. Their rent is due in a week, you know? He's not like the brightest of educated, you know what I'm saying? He finished high school, but jobs are sparse around here. Where have all our jobs gone? Overseas and across the Mexican border, because they'll do it for cheaper. So, he has rent that's due. He has a child that needs to be fed, you know? There are necessities. Same thing with strippers. Rent is due. Maybe a child needs to be fed, you know? So, for this drug dealer, well, he's not a drug dealer yet, but for this person who's like, I can get this much, and I can make the money that I need in a week in 3 days, opposed to going out here, filling out job applications, calling about those applications, waiting for a call back. When you need your money in a week, what are you gonna do? And people are like, it's an easy out, it's an easy out, stripping's an easy out, drug dealing's an easy out. Look at the shit that a drug dealer has to go through. He's out here selling drugs. Just because he doesn't work your normal 9 to 5, he's out there. Like I said, I'm not condoning it. I don't consider it right, but I'm not knocking them, because they go out there and have to do their thing. Okay, if they're dealing, they have to worry about people coming to mess with them, you know? They have to worry about the money they're having, they're handling, if the people are going to even tell on them, because if the police find out, then they're going to get in trouble for that. But spending some time in jail and making money to take care of your child, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, is it worth it, you know? Some people have to do things to get by, you know? And I just wish people that would quit criticizing and stereotyping those people that do these things when the government is putting us in a position in which we have to do these things, you know? It's really fucked up. I mean, if I didn't have a job that I was making money that I was making, then, you know, who knows what I would do. I don't judge them at all, you know? I mean, people like, it's easy. No, it's not easy regardless. You have to look at the whole aspect, the whole picture. And I try to come into this show with, like, non-biased views on the situation. I try and look at it from both sides, you know what I'm saying? Look at what that drug dealer has to go through when he's out there on the streets selling. He doesn't attract the kosher type of crowd, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might take his money or take his stash, kill him for his money, you know? So they have to worry about stuff like that. And yes, it's negative, but I mean, if it's a person who there's no other thing that they can do, you know, there's no other way, and people are like, well, he can get a job. Yeah, he can get a job. Maybe he's out there, you know, you never know, you know? I mean, times are hard, you know? This day and age, there's no jobs. So I don't put down anybody who's out there. The only person that I would say that's getting the easy out, which they shouldn't do, when somebody goes and steals something from somebody else that they earn, and yeah, you might not think a stripper or drug dealer earns their money the same way that a person would go in a factory and work a 9 to 5. No. But look at the money, take that same scenario, and look at the money that the government is bringing in. You know, like a politician, look at how much money he makes or she makes when they sit and do the things that they do all day. You know, At least the stripper is up there sweating her ass off, you know. At least the drug dealer is up on his feet, you know. I just wish people would get off their backs, you know. Like I said, no, I don't want a drug dealer going to sell my kid, you know. But also, I'm raising my daughter to know that it's not cool, you know what I'm saying?